Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back for your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So recently, House of Chimera actually put out a report regarding TVL and also trading volume on Hedera. And we could actually see that Hedera hits peak TVL and surge in trading volume. The Hbar ecosystem has grown significantly over the past few months as the protocol hits an all-time high in Hbar TVL. The growth catalyst is SaucerSwap Labs, currently accounting for approximately 80% of the TVL. Now, what's significant to note about this is when we started to see a big surge in TVL, but also even trading volume. And it really started at the end of October into November. December, though, was when we started to see a lot of volume coming in. During this entire time, I was talking about how Hbar is ready to go. And a lot of people thought that, it wasn't serious, that, it's gonna pull back, it's gonna do this. Hbar is this. There was so much FUD and negativity around Hbar. And guess what? Now we are over 10 plus cents. We have a confirmed breakout on the lower time frames. And now everyone is talking about Hbar. Hbar is a big deal now. And it's so funny how things like that change, right? And I've talked about it in the past. I've addressed it on a lot of projects like Casper, QNT, even XRP, right? Negativity and this whole idea around how this project's not going to do this, it's never going to come back, that is always the loudest at the bottom. Hbar has done tremendously well since the end of 2023. But it's been doing good all of 2023. I mean, all of the events, everything that we started to see from the Hedera team has pretty much built up to this point now. And if we go over to the chart, one thing that I would love to know is the fact that we are really kind of at that point in time where we were back in January and February of 2021, where we started to have that big breakout and the momentum brewing for the all-time high to be targeted. Now, do I think that we're going to see all-time highs in the short term? Not necessarily, but I do think that this is the start. And remember, this is the weekly candle. So as we look at this, these are weekly candles back here. But I would ultimately be looking forward to around like the April, even the summertime, for a new all-time high to be breached for Hbar. But I do think that once these altcoins really start to move and momentum picks up, they are going to be extremely, extremely volatile. And they move fast. I don't think I need to tell you guys that, though. Look at the weekly candle from March 8th of 2021. I mean, this candle alone, if we look at this, right? This candle alone was an increase of 159% in just 1 week, almost 160%. Just for reference, a 160% candle would take us at this current moment to about 28 cents, almost 30 cents for Hbar. That's how volatile altcoins get once they start to have a major breakout, because there's no resistance after a certain point. That's why I'm looking at the 15 to 20 cent zone here, though. But ultimately, after some of these key levels are cleared, like for an example, after like 14.5 cents, almost 15 cents, once that's cleared, there's not a lot of significant resistance until all the way up here around like 25 cents. So once Hbar really has that confirmation, which this weekly candle will be that confirmation, that's why we're eyeing this weekly candle a lot right now. Guess what? It could move very fast in a very short amount of time. But what's really promoting a lot of this and what's really happening right now around Hedera is something to take notice of, right? A lot of TVL and a lot of daily volume on a lot of the players that are on Hedera right now, it's very significant. I mean, Hashport, right? Hashport network, which is, porting regarding a lot of major networks, including, of course, Hedera. We have Hashporters. We're feeling bullish. It's a big day on Hashport with nearly $700,000 in volumes. So again, something to take notice of is the volumes on Hedera ecosystem players like Hashport. $700,000, nearly $700,000 in just one day is significant for a lot of these players that are on Hedera, because for the longest time, these volumes were unheard of. And now we're starting to see things picking up. And I also think that Hedera is stealing the spotlight right now. I think that a lot of people are now aware of Hedera and what Hedera is doing. Remember, once we start to see a big shift price-wise, now a lot of eyes are on Hedera, and they know what we know. I've been talking about Hedera for a very long time on this channel. A lot of you are aware of how big of a game changer Hedera actually is. But also DeFi, right? DeFi initiatives, it's new records every single day. SushiSwap facilitated nearly $20 million in 24-hour volume. Guys, this is something to take notice of. When we're talking about decentralized exchanges in this space, like Uniswap, for an example, they were moving billions of dollars at the height of the 2021 bull run. If we see significant volume if we see significant adoption for Hedera, especially DeFi on Hedera, I actually don't see how SushiSwap is not moving billions of dollars in a 24-hour time frame. And the reason why I say that is because of the efficiencies that Hedera does offer. And if we're talking about billions of dollars moved in a 24-hour time frame, guys, Hedera is going to become a big player in the space. We're talking about top 10. This generated $50,000 plus in fees for liquidity providers in just one day. Today's on-chain activity highlights the growing strength and potential of Hedera DeFi, with SushiSwap leading the charge. Yes, as we really look at Uniswap and at a lot of the decentralized exchanges around the space that are built around Ethereum, they suffer a lot of problems. And I do think that that's why a wave is going to come to Hedera. And it's only going to push the Hbar price even higher. But also remember, right, the state of Hedera, Q4 of 2023. I think that this kind of confirmed how big Hedera was going to be this year. We have transaction volume saw an increase for the 6th consecutive quarter, achieving a new record of 164 million daily average transactions. The HCS is responsible for 99% of all transactions on the network. Hbar circulating market cap increased 78% quarter over quarter to 2.9 billion, outpacing the overall crypto market's growth of 54%. This Q4 growth brought Hbar's year-over-year change to 211%. Hedera's total value locked was 64 million. I think now it's over 160 million. SushiSwap's TVL grew from 27 million to 60 million, 123% quarter over quarter, and accounted for 95% of the network's total TVL. The Hedera Council has allocated 4.86 billion Hbars, $400 million, to enhance the Hedera network. This investment is intended to support various projects and initiatives within the Hedera ecosystem, promoting further development and adoption. And remember, another big thing to note is the expansion. The network has expanded greatly over time. And this continues to grow and grow and grow more and more. Even the GC has expanded rapidly. There's a lot to take notice of regarding Hedera, especially leading up to the price movement, right? And it's something that I've always said in the past when we look at a lot of projects. Like, everyone always questions, why isn't the price moving? Why isn't the price moving? Whenever you see update after update after update and you start to see a lot of growth happening, you do question it. But remember, pressure will build and build and build until, guess what? There's nowhere else to go besides up. And now we're starting to see that. And I don't think that this is the stopping point. I think that this is just the start. Also, big shout out to Credible Crypto. Pretty fair to say, in my opinion, that Hedera may be one of the most retail-friendly projects out there when it comes to marketing appealing to normies. People new to the space may not understand much, but what they can understand is instantly recognizable names like Google, IBM, Boeing, LG, Ubisoft, Dell, and more, all of whom are governing council members of Hedera. When retail joins the game after Bitcoin breaks prior all-time highs, there is no doubt in my mind that HBAR will make its way to a top 20 coin in the space at some point in the cycle. Now, I've always said top 10. Why have I said top 10 though? Well, because of this, right? This was an interview with Max Walker Williams, and this is actually with the UK's largest active asset manager, Aberdeen. And remember, they already started tokenizing their multi-billion-dollar flagship Aberdeen Standard Liquidity Fund as real-world assets on Hedera. But listen to this, because this is a prominent individual from Aberdeen talking to Max Walker Williams about where he sees HBAR in this space.
Hopefully. When the industry matures, is Hedera a top 30, top 20, top 10, top 5? Where do you see it? Where's its natural home once everything settles?
I think it's a top 5. I mean, we wouldn't have gone with Hedera if we didn't genuinely believe it was going to be one of the winners, and I think it's setting itself up really well for that.
To be in the top 5?
Yeah.
Wow. And
the top 5. So I'm technically being a little bit conservative when I say top 10, but it is something to really kind of take notice of, because listen, just like Credible Crypto is saying, the retail crowd's not here. Bitcoin has not broken a new all-time high. There is still a lot to happen before altcoins really start to shine. But Hedera is actually starting a little bit early right now, technically speaking. But guess what? HBAR started early back in 2021 as well. I mean, it started to break out January 4th of 2021. It was already making significant movement in the market. And mind you, a lot of people thought that HBAR actually underperformed back in 2021. But guys, from the January 4th of 2021 candle, the bottom of it, to the all-time high, HBAR did roughly a 19.5x. It did a 1,949% run up. And if we go off of the February of 2020 lows, actually, we'll just go off of the bottom, January of 2020, actually. 5,283%. So far, off of the lows from January of 2023, we are up 203%. At the top of this wick, it was 226%. I personally believe that we do hit $1, right? At $1, that is 2,678%. If we do get to my next target, which is $2, right? That would ultimately take us to a 5,459% run up. I believe that this could happen. At $2, we have a fully diluted market cap of $100 billion. Now, let me ask you that, right? Is $100 billion crazy for Hedera? When we have a GC like this, which is completely stacked, the retail crowd will know these names. We have incredible growth quarter over quarter, year over year. We have DeFi going absolutely crazy at a time in the market where DeFi is just starting. It's just starting to heat up. And also marketing. Hedera is kicking up marketing right now. The community engagement is incredible. They posted this on February 19th. 65,000 views almost. Incredible engagement. They continue to be active all over socials. They continue to make noise. They have a ton of great public events with, the community being represented. And expansion happens every single damn day. So let me ask you this. Is $100 billion fully diluted, mind you, crazy to think about for HBAR? And by the way, if we're going off of the circulating supply right now, $66 billion. I still think that even $100 billion is still something that's achievable for HBAR. But I'm dead set on $1 at least. I believe that HBAR is worth $50 billion. I think all of the moves, everything that we have witnessed happen in just the last couple months for Hedera, I think that it's all more and more pressure that's there. So once the retail crowd does come back, once Bitcoin does break an all-time high, once we start to see the shift from Bitcoin down to altcoins, I think things are going to get very, very interesting for HBAR and for most of this market. So With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join me for Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.